Inside this box lies the HiFiMAN 15, a headphone that honestly stopped me in my tracks the moment I laid eyes on it. If you followed HiFiMAN's journey over the last decade, you know their house sound: fast, energetic, and typically quite bright. But the 15 is promising something different. They've completely overhauled the tuning, and they've introduced an entirely new build architecture that feels like a generational leap forward. Today, we're going to find out if this bold new design is just for show, or if it represents the next chapter in PlanarMagnetic excellence, design, and engineering. Avant-garde aesthetics. Let's talk about the look. It's radical. It's futuristic. It's borderline alien. It's rare for a pair of headphones to look this distinct, yet still feel cohesive. The grille design is particularly impressive. Those perforations start wide at the center and tighten up as they reach the outer edge. From an engineering standpoint, this isn't just aesthetic. It's a deliberate acoustic choice designed to minimize internal standing waves and negative metal reflections, which is a common pitfall in metal grille construction. Behind that grille, the magnet density is remarkably high, which tells me that HiFiMAN is really pushing the limits of their planar technology, here to maximize efficiency and transient control. But the biggest structural win: the headband. They finally introduced a proper swivel mechanism. If you've struggled with previous HiFiMAN models, you know the frustration of a stiff static fit. The new swivel and the updated extension system feel much smoother. It doesn't grip the frame with that grinding tension we've seen in the past. It moves fluidly and securely. It's sleek, it's robust, and it's surprisingly lightweight for a headphone of this caliber. Comfort and ergonomics. When we talk about HiFiMAN comfort, we usually talk about the Aria or EditionXS style fits. The 15th maintains that beloved large driver footprint, but the headband mechanics have been streamlined. It feels lighter on the head, and the suspension strap provides that classic weightless feel. While I still think the teardrop shape of the ear pads can be polarizing for those with specific jaw shapes, the overall ergonomics have been refined. This is essentially the pinnacle of HiFiMAN's comfort research. It takes everything they learned from the Hi-1000 and the Aria and puts it into a package that feels decidedly more modern. WarmSoundSignature, a mature tuning now. Let's get to the most important part: the sound. HiFiMAN is famous for that bright treble-focused signature that extracts every ounce of detail. But the 15? It's smoother. I started my listening test with a soft, sensitive vocal track, the kind of recording where you can hear the singer's breath, the wetness of their lips, and the subtle texture of their voice. The 15th handles that delicacy perfectly. There is a lush, mid-range warmth here that I haven't heard from HiFiMAN at this price point before. It captures those micro details without shoving them into your face. What's truly interesting is the treble. It's not shouty. If you've shied away from HiFiMAN headphones in the past because you found them too sharp or fatiguing, the 15th is the answer to your prayers. It's a darker, more mature sound signature that focuses on musicality rather than pure analytical brightness. Technical analysis and comparisons. When you compare this to an Aria Stealth, you notice a clear divide in philosophy. The Aria is brighter, more clinical, and arguably has a wider sense of separation. But the 15th has a richness and a body in the upper mids that the Aria can sometimes lack. It's the difference between looking at a photograph under a microscope, the Aria, versus listening to a master-taped performance in a studio. The 15 carries a smoothness through the frequency response that makes it incredibly easy to listen to for hours. It draws your attention to the richness of the vocals rather than just the sparkle of the cymbals. And that's a win for me. It's a very different direction for the brand, and frankly, I think it's exactly what their lineup needed. They have so many headphones that compete for the same bright and sparkly space that it was getting hard to choose. The 15th carves out its own unique region in the HiFiMAN ecosystem. The verdict: who is this for? If you are a die-hard fan of the legacy HiFiMAN house sound, the ones who love that sharp, top-end treble boost, you might find the 15 a bit different. But if you've been waiting for a HiFiMAN headphone that provides that legendary planar speed while maintaining a smooth, balanced, and fatigue-free listening experience, then this is it. The 15 is technically brilliant, physically comfortable, and aesthetically bold. It's a step away from the treble-first approach of the past. And it's a massive step toward a more versatile musical sound that caters to long-term listening. I'm genuinely curious to see how the frequency response measurements hold up. But based on my time with them, I think HiFiMAN has a winner on their hands. I'll have the full deep dive review up once I've put a few hundred more hours on these drivers. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that. If you have questions about how these compare to the Sundara or the EditionXS, drop them in the comments. I'm reading all of them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.